Throughout young Sheldon, George Sr. plays a complex role in Sheldon Cooper's life. Often overshadowed by the stronger personalities in the Cooper family, George Sr. is frequently depicted as the laid-back and sometimes misunderstood father. Yet despite the moments of comic relief or the occasional parental misstep, George Sr. possesses a deep, underlying love for his children, and none more so than his genius son, Sheldon. As fans of the series speculated about who would take Sheldon to Caltech, many expected Mary, his ever-protective and overbearing mother, to be the natural choice. After all, she is the one who manages most of Sheldon's affairs, ensures he is cared for, and serves as his fiercest advocate. However, the show's decision to have George Sr. take Sheldon to Caltech was not just an emotional twist, but a profoundly fitting and poetic one. It reinforced George's vital, yet often understated, role in his son's life and provided a deeper understanding of their relationship. George Sr. was Sheldon's silent supporter. Throughout the series, George Sr. is often seen as an outsider in Sheldon's academic world. Unlike Mary, who is actively involved in Sheldon's education, or even Meemaw, who bonds with him through shared quirks, George struggles to connect with his son's intellectual pursuits. However, what George lacks in scientific understanding, he makes up for in quiet support. He doesn't always understand Sheldon, but he accepts and encourages him in his own way. George's love for Sheldon is subtle but consistent. While he may not always express it in grand gestures, he is the one who stays up late worrying about Sheldon's safety, ensures he gets to school on time, and even teaches him small but crucial life lessons. By taking Sheldon to Caltech, George demonstrates that while he might not have been the most vocal advocate in Sheldon's life, he was always the steady foundation beneath him. 2. A full-circle moment for their relationship. One of the most touching aspects of George taking Sheldon to Caltech is how it serves as a culmination of their relationship's development. Early in the series, Sheldon's relationship with his father is distant, often marked by misunderstandings and missed connections. Sheldon sees George as someone who doesn't fit into his intellectual world, while George sometimes struggles with Sheldon's eccentricities. However, as the series progresses, we see moments of deep affection between them. George is the one who subtly helps Sheldon navigate social situations, encourages him to explore new experiences, and even reassures him during moments of doubt. By the time Sheldon is ready to go to Caltech, it makes perfect sense that George is the one to take him, symbolizing their evolved bond and proving that, despite their differences, George was always there for him. 3. A nod to the Big Bang Theory. Longtime fans of the Big Bang Theory remember Sheldon speaking about his father in a mixture of admiration and regret. Sheldon's reflections often hint at a relationship filled with unspoken love, where George Sr. was far more significant to his development than he might have realized at the time. Having George take Sheldon to Caltech aligns beautifully with these sentiments. It adds depth to Sheldon's recollections of his father, providing an emotional anchor for the eventual loss that will deeply affect him. This moment also serves as a rare instance where Sheldon, despite his usual obliviousness to social cues, acknowledges his father's importance. The journey to Caltech is not just a physical one, but an emotional transition, one that cements George as a defining figure in Sheldon's life, even if it took Sheldon years to fully appreciate it. 4. A chance for closure. For fans who know George Sr. As fate, his taking Sheldon to Caltech becomes even more meaningful. George Sr. S. death is a significant event in Sheldon's life, shaping his future and influencing many of his decisions. This trip serves as one of their final bonding moments, an opportunity for them to share an experience that Sheldon will carry with him for the rest of his life. By choosing George to take Sheldon to Caltech, the showrunners provided a sense of closure for both the characters and the audience. It allows viewers to see George as the caring father he truly was, one who, despite his flaws, always put his family first. 5. A moment of growth for George Sr. George Sr.'s character arc in young Sheldon is one of quiet evolution. Initially seen as the stereotypical sports-loving, beer-drinking dad, the show gradually peels back layers to reveal a man who deeply loves his family but struggles with his own sense of inadequacy. Taking Sheldon to Caltech is a testament to George's growth. By the time Sheldon is ready to leave, George has grown into a father who not only accepts but embraces his son's uniqueness. He recognizes the significance of this moment, not just for Sheldon, but for himself. He may not fully grasp what Sheldon will accomplish at Caltech, but he knows that his son is about to do something incredible. And as a father, he wants to be the one to witness that transition. 6. Breaking expectations. Throughout young Sheldon, many expected Mary to be the one accompanying Sheldon on such a momentous journey. However, giving this role to George Sr. subverts expectations in the best way possible. It reminds viewers that parents express love in different ways. While Mary's love is protective and hands-on, George's love is quieter, but no less profound. By making George the one to take Sheldon to Caltech, the show emphasizes that sometimes the most unexpected bonds can be the most meaningful. It also sheds light on the fact that George was not just a background figure in Sheldon's life. He was a key pillar of support, even if it wasn't always recognized. Conclusion. George Sr. taking Sheldon to Caltech in young Sheldon was more than just a touching father-son moment. It was a carefully crafted decision that reinforced George's role as an essential figure in Sheldon's life. It provided emotional depth, narrative closure, and a powerful tribute to a character who, despite his struggles, was always there for his son. This moment wasn't just about Sheldon leaving for Caltech, it was about acknowledging the father who helped him get there. Through this journey, George Sr. proved that while he may not have always been the most vocal or the most obvious influence in Sheldon's life, he was undoubtedly one of the most important. It was a poignant reminder that love and support can take many forms, and sometimes the quietest presences leave the most profound impact.